A story of landforms. Ryan awoke one day in quite a dismay. He found himself stranded on an island surrounded by water. Before long, he noticed the sun was getting hotter and hotter. Ryan saw a bottle nearby, sitting on a table. He picked it up and read the label. It said, "Is this island too remote? Drink me to stay afloat." With great bravery, he drank the magic potion, which allowed him to walk across the ocean. Once in the bay, he was able to see land ahead. He thought of looking for his way home, but decided to go exploring instead. When he reached the coast, he got hungry and ate some toast. He thought, gee, the crust of this toast looks just like the coast. His throat was now dry, so he looked for water to drink nearby. He was filled with glee when he came to a sea. "Look at this great big sea! Is all this water for me?" But when he started drinking, he found it to be salty. His throat was now very dry. "I must find water to live, or—" So he followed the water, walking along to a river. Finally, he came to where the river began, a fresh, clean spring near the top of a mountain. Climbing the mountain, he came to a cave. "I'll go inside," he thought, feeling very brave. Inside was a bear, which gave him a scare. The bear was grumpy. "You woke me up," he growled. "I just want to find my way home," Ryan howled. The bear's attitude suddenly began to change. Feeling sorry for Ryan, he offered, "I'll take you further down the mountain range. At the top of the highest peak, you may be able to find below you houses made by humans of your kind." Moving along, they came to a delta. Not far off, he found a shelter. Inside, he found kids playing a card game. When he saw no water to drink, though, he thought, oh, what a shame. The card dealer thought he wanted to join in, so he dealt a card to each player with a grin. "I don't want to play, I'm thirsty," said he. "But the delta's water has soil in it. This is dirty." "Oh no," said the bear, as he looked ahead. "I'd never climb that, I'd rather be dead." Ryan turned away from the delta to follow the bear's stare. "Oh my gosh," he cried, "an enormous cliff was right there." They had been running across a flat plain on which was growing grain. In despair they looked around, and to their delight they found, in the middle of that plain, a plane. "We can use this to fly over the cliff," Ryan observed, using his brain. As they flew over the cliff, they saw that the top was flat. The bear, who was only used to pointy mountains, said, "Well, what do you make of that?" "It's a plateau," Ryan explained. "Its top is flat as a plate." Then he continued, "We'd better fly the rest of the way. It's getting quite late." So off they went from mountain to mountain. They counted and counted, somewhere around 10. Climbing higher and higher, they reached a high spot, and each house below looked like a tiny dot. Ryan looked far off in the distance and saw a volcano. Its bottom half was covered with ash, its top with snow. His home, he knew, was much further south. Ryan could feel the cold, crisp wind against his dry mouth. He looked down again to see a lake. From so high above, it almost looked fake. Ryan shouted, "I see my house! It's far away. My house is south of here, on a peninsula, sticking out in the bay." Down they flew as fast as they could. Getting home, Ryan thought, would be very good. Finally, Ryan exclaimed as they landed on the peninsula. Boy, I'd like to measure the distance I've traveled with a ruler. This is too cold for me, said the bear. I'd better go back. If I'm gone too long, they'll miss me in my pack. Thank you. Maybe we'll meet again someday, said Ryan to the bear as the plane flew him away.